Hello everyone and welcome back to Every Other Saturday. So in today's video we're going to discuss the upcoming fixture in the Europa League against Lech Poznan. So it is our last fixture and let's see just how we can get on. If you haven't done so yet, please consider giving us a wee like and subscribe. Helps the channel grow and get out to as many people as possible and hit that lovely target of 55 before we get to the Christmas break there. So let's not waste any more time and let's dive straight into today's video.
Every other Saturday's my half day off, and it's off to the match I go. Happily we wander down the Copeland.
Well now Bears, it's the last game in the Europa League and we have the chance to qualify top of the group. Now saying that at the very start, I'm not going to lie, I did look at it and think we had the chance, but to get top of the group, to be honest, no, I wasn't thinking that. So this is a great opportunity for us. To get to that point, we need to get out there and we need to put in the same performance that we would normally do. Now standing in the way is, let's not be kidded guys, a difficult task in Lech Poznan. Now they are no walkovers by any matter of means. Now yes, we're beating them 1-0 before at Ibrox, but we need to go to their house and we need to do the exact same thing. We need to get that victory and we need to remember that yes, they've not been exactly consistent and yes, they might be sitting 10 points behind their league leaders, but you can't take that into consideration. We need to look at this game as almost like a cup final. It's important, anything can happen and we need to get out there and we need to start as well as possible. So we need to look at that last home fixture and we need to accept that it kind of took a kind of 60 odd minute goal from a substitute to help us get through. Now that shows you that this team isn't exactly a walkover. We're not going to just turn up, we're not going to score 10, 15 goals and we're just going to go for it, but we need to actually think about this logically. They are looking to get something out of this game as well. They want to make sure that they can maybe use this as a turning point, because as I say before, they're not exactly sitting with consistency in the league, they're not sitting with consistency at all if you look at their fixtures, but we do have that there, we do have that consistency set in. We want to keep that up, but they're looking to gain something. They want to use this as that turning point. So just turning up and expecting this to just be a nice easy walkover win, be a terrible decision for us. We need to go out there and try this one. Now we know how this team is going to set up. They haven't changed at all really. When you look at the games that they've played before, they've had the opportunity to grab a lot more points than they've actually achieved in this Europa League as well. So that's why I say pinch of salt with everything you see. Yes, we're consistent, yes we've got this drive, yes we've got this run of form going, but nothing for granted here. This is an important game. With that being said, let's move on from Lech Poznan and let's dive right into Rangers and see exactly what this means for us. As I say, if we finish top and we're winning, what this is going to mean for us is we're going to have an easier, not easy, easier kind of next round for us. Now again, we'll also avoid all the dropout teams for the Champions League, which again is another good thing. Not that I'm saying I don't want to play these teams, I really want Man United, I'm not going to lie to you, but getting away from that, we want to win tomorrow's game, so that obviously eliminates a Man United fixture in the next round. So that all hinges on Benfica as well. That'll matter exactly what they're going to come out and they're going to achieve tomorrow night. So what we want to be doing is we want to match or beat exactly what they get, because we're sitting that level way and we don't want them to just sneak ahead of us. So we want to get better than Benfica as well to take that into consideration for the first place. Moving on to a wee bit of team news, we've had some news from the gaffer that there will be some changes again, which is what I like to see. And that coming into it as well, it's always good hearing that, because when you're sitting back now as a Rangers fan, I've said this before, substitutions don't mean a demotion in quality. It's always brilliant when we've got that. Now talking about those changes, now it's looking as if it's not going to be Ryan Jack and Hollander. They don't look as if they're going to be starters. They're probably going to be rested and kept for the Dundee United game at the weekend. But we're looking as if we're going to see Zungu starting again, more minutes in the legs for him. It's exactly what we need to see. I've said this in a previous video as well, that we want to see him doing a wee bit more, getting these passes and crucial balls in and things like that. We want to use all this and get this back on the pitch. We're not seeing it just quite yet, but he's got a lot of time to bed in. And hopefully we'll see Hadji start as well and try and squeeze his cell back into the team. And it's looking as if we're going to get Morelos up front as well. So again, Morelos is our European goal scorer, so hopefully we can see Morelos doing that as well. I have been hard on Morelos, I have, but a couple of the boys have said to me that I maybe have been a wee bit too hard and I'm not taking into consideration all his build-up play and the hold-up play that Morelos does for us, but I want to see him score more. Hopefully tomorrow's a good turning point for us and we can see some goals from Alfie. Looking at the injuries, we're not looking at too much it's going to worry us. I don't think we're going to see Itten. It looks as if he's picked up a wee knock there, and obviously we've got our long-term injuries as well. I'm not seeing much difference coming out of their side as well to see if there's anybody that's going to be in or out of their team. So injuries don't seem to be the one that's going to affect us tomorrow, and I think we're going to come out with these couple of changes here and there to see exactly who's going to be playing. And I still think we're going to have that quality. As I said before, these changes don't mean a drop in quality. I still think that we'll have the quality to make sure that we get through and see if we can get a couple of goals scored. And with that being said, let's move on to a couple of score predictions. So I've got a couple in a couple of group chats, a couple coming off of Facebook as well. So again, forgive me for looking over at the screen. But again, Scott McFarlane with us the first in, as per usual. He's going for a 3-0. Dylan Sargent, again, he was saying the same, 3-0. We've got Peter Graham, now he says 3-0 also. Seems to be a common theme. Now, Willie Burns, he's saying 2-1. Daryl Milligan is going 2-1 as well. Spleef, my man, he's going 2-0. Dougie McClinton's going to a 1-1 draw, saying that they're going to be a difficult team. Now, I agree with that, Dougie, they will be a difficult team, I do agree with that, but hopefully we get a couple extra goals and we can take the 3 points for the league. Looking down here, we've got Gibbo, he's going 4-1, so he thinks we're going to get a few goals in there away. Myself, I think myself, I'm going to go with Willie Burns and Daryl Milligan. I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to give them their couple of goals that I think we'll get, and I can just see a wee conceding goal here because they're going to be coming out, Poznan, and they're going to be looking to make something of the game, and I think that's where we could see an unfortunate goal. But again, having a conceded goal doesn't mean anything. I know that the clean sheets are a big thing to us now, and holding on to them is a big deal, but I think we're going to concede again tomorrow. I think that's going to be a defining aspect there. But 2-1, that's what I'm going to go for. So once again, guys, thank you so much for getting involved. Any kind of information on the channel itself is exactly what I'm looking for. So thanks again, everyone, for getting involved with that. Hopefully, hearing your wee name and a shout out is always a bonus. But yeah, that's what we're going to go for. 2-1 win. Thanks again, everyone, for getting involved in that one. So that about wraps up today's predictions, and that about wraps up today's video as well, guys. So what I will say is, we're going to need to come out, we're going to need to go for it. We're going to need to make a good effort at this because it's an away game. We're going to be pushed, we are, because they want to get something out of the game. Now we want to make sure we come out and we take something strong from the game. We've got the ability to do it with changes, without changes, we will do it. Now taking a wee look at the manager's presser, nothing from it screams anything else other than confidence. I like the way he does it, all his professionalism, just the way he carries himself, it clearly rubs down to the team, because that level of professionalism is rubbing off on the team, because the team, every time you're watching them, no matter how they are, if they're grinding out the wins or if they're coming out at 4, 5, 6 nils, they always look professional and they always look like they're going to score, they always look like they're going to win. So, tight game, but I think we're going to do it again. 2-1, and thanks again for everybody getting involved in the video. And if you haven't already, feel free to get down there, get into that comment section below, let me know your thoughts and your feelings, and drop us a wee like. And if you're that way inclined, give us a wee subscribe, it'd be very much appreciated. Let's get us to that 55 goal. So just a wee short one today, guys. It's not much really to say, we've played them before, we know what we need to do, but you'll see me again in the video for after the game, get that squeezed out as well. So thanks again for watching, everybody. This has been every other Saturday, and I will see you on the next one.